Importance of science and technology. Science and technology play a very important role in day-to-day governance, in day-to-day living. As you know, we are carrying a mobile phone, we are carrying a laptop. Now I can interact with people who are sitting at their homes and sleeping and watching video class. So wherever they are, I am able to access them. These all things are happening because of what? Technology. This was not the case earlier. It is the case today. So similarly, in government sector also, the technology is playing a very important role. It can be governance, it can be defense, it can be biotechnology, it can be nanotechnology, it can be robotics, it can be space. In each and every sector, science and technology is playing a very important role. I personally believe that people will focus in UPSC mainly with respect to polity, economy, history, geography. I believe that fifth is also very important. So it is not a big 4, it is big 5. Fifth one is called as science and technology. So there are some modules. If you are master in this 8 modules, if you are strong in these 8 modules, it means that your science and technology has been completed. What are those 8 fields? Means 8 chapters. Those 8 chapters are defense. We know that yesterday in the time of Dhvani, the Narendra Modi went on to the AIRAWAT. Yes or no? Means he want to showcase that I am going to celebrate with my navy, my defense forces. Not only that, he want to show the strength to the world. We are having AIRAWAT. We are having a spacecraft carrier. What is a spacecraft carrier? Spacecraft carrier is a technology. A ship of huge size. A ship of huge size which can carry nearly 10 jet aircrafts. So by which we can travel across the world. We can go to Australia, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. We can bombard any country. You know, United States of America is so powerful. United States of America is so powerful only because of its carriers. It is having nearly 50 aircraft carriers. Its strength is its navy. India is also focusing on developing its navy. For that purpose, where we have to focus? We have to focus on defense technology. Whatever is happening across the defense, what type of new weapons are coming, what type of new missiles are coming, what type of development is happening in Defense Research Development Organization is very important for UPSC. Not only UPSC point of view, every citizen of the country need to know. So what will happen? We will be boosted. Oh, my country is so much powerful. My country is having so much of strength. So hence the first and the foremost topic will be defense. You should be strong on defense. Second is what? Biotechnology. What is biotechnology? Just with one example I will tell you. In 1960s, we used to have one phrase that is called as ship to mouth, which is called as ship to mouth. Means if the food grains are imported means coming from other country, exported means going from our country is called as export. Import. So ship to mouth. If food grains are coming from ship, then only the food grains will go into my mouth. Ship to mouth. Today we are Atmanirbhar. Today we are self-reliant. Today we are sustainable. How it happened, sir? So if we want to eat, our Indian citizens want to eat means compulsory food should come out from in the form of imports. From that stage to we became self-reliant. From that stage we became Atmanirbhar. From that stage we became sustainable only because of technology. For example, green revolution. We have green revolution. What is green revolution? We are having so many varieties of genetically modified organism crops are there. We are having high yielding variety crops are there. Mainly 1960s green revolution is called as high yielding variety seeds. High yielding variety seeds are there. Now we developed with genetically modified organism crops. Now if water is not available also, still we can grow the plants, agriculture. In the marshy islands, in the ocean, in the sea water also we can develop food grains. In the desert also we can develop food crops. How these all things are happening? When the monsoons are irregular, when the climate change is happening so much, when the mean sea level temperature is increasing like anything, these all situations are there, but still we are able to produce this much of agriculture mainly because of what? Biotechnology. So science and technology, after defense, the second most important is biotechnology. How we are using biotechnology? One example I will tell you. We feel that human beings are most intelligent species on the earth. We feel that human beings have everything. You know, a small invisible microorganism had stalled complete world for 2 years, yes or no? For 2 months there were, for 6 months, absolutely 6 months, up to 6 months there were lockdown, there were shutdown. Because of what? Because of a microorganism. Then why we failed, sir? We are unable to destroy that microorganism. We took 1 year to produce a vaccination. We took 1 year to produce a medicine. As a human being, we are unable to kill a microorganism. Means who conquered the world? Microorganism or human being? Microorganism conquered the world. Coronavirus had conquered the world, not human being. Then why we failed, sir? Why? How you are telling, sir, we are failed? We took 1 year to manufacture a vaccination to kill a microorganism. We failed. To kill one microorganism, we took 1 year, means we failed. Where we failed, sir? In biotechnology we failed. Where we failed, sir? We are unable to create a medicine, we are unable to create a pesticide, or we are unable to create a chemical which will be destroying the COVID virus. Means we failed. Where we failed? We failed in biotechnology. If we were being strong in biotechnology, if we were having very good pumping of money into research and development in biotechnology, then the COVID would not be impacted this much. Then the COVID would not be impacted this much. The COVID had impacted this much mainly because of what? Lack of technology. In which field? In biological field. So biotechnology is most important. Day by day, every day one new diseases are coming. Monkeypox, earlier rabies because of dogs, now monkeypox. Different varieties of viruses are developing, different varieties of bacteria are developing. Then how we are going to address it? We are going to address through biotechnology. Third, space related. Space related. Once upon a time when we are going on it, just I am telling you the importance, the significance. Once upon a time when we are going on the road, we used to ask each and every man, what is the address? Again 10 houses, what is the address? Again 10 houses, what is the address? Sometimes we would feel shame to ask each and every man, but still we are forced to ask. Today we are just dependent on technology. Today we are just dependent upon technology. How the technology is leveraging, how this technology is helping us individually to give a proper direction by using technology. The technology can be anything. It can be a GPS, it can be Navic, it can be GLONASS, it can be any technology. So the technology is also playing major role with respect to direction, space. Number one is what? Defense. Number two is what? Biotechnology. Number three is what? Space. Number fourth is information communication technology, ICT. Information communication technology, computers. Supercomputers, communication technologies. What are supercomputers? Now we have a very big supercomputer called as AIRAWAT. 75th largest supercomputer in the world is manufactured by India, which is called as AIRAWAT, but we are shamed. We are in the 75th, not 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 74 we are not there. We are in 75. Then what is the supercomputer? How it is going to work? We are going to discuss in information communication technology, robotics, nanotechnologies, mainly energy. Now what? We are dependent upon fossil fuels. Up to now we are dependent upon fossil fuels. What are fossil fuels, sir? Simple. What are fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are those which are produced beneath the earth in the form of minerals. It's called as fossil fuels. Like what, sir? Coal, petrol, oil, diesel. These all are called as what? Fossil fuels. But what are these sources? These are renewable sources or non-renewable sources? Non-renewable sources. What is the meaning of non-renewable sources? It cannot be renewed. What cannot be renewed? If I use petrol, if I use diesel, finished. We will consume it. Again we cannot reproduce it. Which we are unable to reproduce again we cannot renew it, is called as non-renewable. What are these non-renewables? Fossil fuels. But we need some alternative. Why? Because we are using it. So we are focusing on alternative energies like solar energy, which is called as renewable energy. We are dependent upon now nuclear energy, which is non-renewable only, but the energy produced is more. So energy we will be discussing here, and what are all the government missions, what are all the government steps taken by the government of India for the development of the nation comes under the topic called as technology missions. No need to read any other topics. These 8 topics, if you are strong in your science and technology, these 8 chapters, if you are strong in your science and technology, your science and technology has been completed. Again, I am telling you, general science is something different, and UPSC is nowadays not bothering about general science. What is the difference between general science and technology? General science is static. फिजिक्स क्या होता है, केमिस्ट्री क्या होता है, बायोलॉजी क्या होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज जनरल साइंस. स्टडिंग अबाउट न्यूटन्स लॉ, स्टडिंग अबाउट बर्नौली's theorem, this all comes under general science, physics part of general science. But UPSC nowadays they are not focusing upon general science, now they are focusing upon dynamism. How you are applying Newton's law, how you are applying the knowledge of physics, how you are applying the knowledge of chemistry, how you are applying the knowledge of biology in application of man. నాకెలా యూజ్ అవుతుంది ఈ ఫిజిక్స్, కెమిస్ట్రీ, బయాలజీనే అప్లికేషన్ పార్ట్ అంటాము. అప్లికేషన్ పార్ట్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ as టెక్నాలజీ. So in technology missions, in the development of man in India, what are all the steps taken by the government of India in the format what? Missions. It's called as technology missions. In technology missions, we have to study about all the aspects of government of India, all the policies of the government of India, all the missions of government of India, which are being made by the government of India for the welfare of the citizens will come under technology mission. So from this science and technology, today I will be giving you a very good brief, a very good understanding of what type of, directly UPSC point of view only, what type of questions they will be asking and why they will be asking. You know, the beauty of science and technology is there is a reasoning. It can be UPSC prelims examination or UPSC mains examination. Again, sir, how the questions will be in science and technology of prelims and science and technology of mains? Simple. Science and technology of mains will be bothered about steps taken by the government of India for renewable energy, steps taken by the government of India for nuclear energy, steps taken by government of India for biotechnology. All will be with respect to government steps centric. Endulo mains lo, prelims lo technologies, current affairs. What are all the new technologies evolved in defense? What are all the new technologies evolved in biotechnology? What are all the new technologies evolved in space, ICT, etc., etc.? Today we will start with the first topic, which is called as Crew Escape System of Gaganyaan. In simple language I will tell you. Gaganyaan is one of the project planned by the ISRO to launch human beings onto the space. For the first time in the history of man, for the first time in the history of Indian man, Indians never travelled into the space up to now. Successfully, no Indian had been travelled into the space. So we want to put our human beings. Initially we planned 4 human beings, but later we compromised to 3 human beings. So we want to put our Indian astronauts into the space. That particular project name is called as Gaganyaan. One problem is there. Vision is good. What is Gaganyaan? Technically we will understand later, but as of now you remember the basic is Gaganyaan is nothing but a rocket which is planned to send human beings onto the space. It is the first project of ISRO to send a man into the space. But the problem is, we should also think if negative happens. Suddenly rocket bursted, suddenly rocket failed, then what will happen to the human beings? No, they are like us. We have to protect our human beings, we have to protect our astronauts. Then suddenly rockets failed, then we should have some alternative plan. We should have plan B. If that particular rocket has been failed, then very recently we created one escape plan. That escape plan is called as Crew Escape System. Under this, the rocket when it is malfunctioned, a module will be created. There will be a module here. A module will be created. The people who are sitting in the cockpit, when they come to know that the rocket is about to destroy, then they will come into the module, and the module will be separated. And this module will come onto the Earth's surface. Mainly the Gaganyaan is planned at low Earth orbit. Low Earth orbit means from the ground 400 kilometers above is called as low Earth orbit. So we are sending our man to the low Earth orbit 400 kilometers. If that particular Gaganyaan rocket, if it is failed, then the module will be coming out from this particular rocket and coming into the space. And this module will be directed towards Arabian Sea or Bay of Bengal. When that particular module enter into the Indian atmosphere, then the parachutes will be opened. They will be coming into the parachutes. Through the parachutes, they will be launching re-entry into the Arabian Sea or Bay of Bengal. Once they are re-entered into the Arabian Sea or Bay of Bengal, Indian Navy will be helping them. So the target of crew escape system is only for those astronauts who are planning into the space, to protect them if in any case that particular project or rocket has been failed. That particular program is called as what? Crew escape system of Gaganyaan. Implementing agency, ISRO, to demonstrate India's capability to launch humans to low Earth orbit and bring them back safely. If it goes into the target, no problem. If it's go to the low Earth orbit, automatically we can bring them back. This particular plan is only when there is a problem. How much kilometers? 400 kilometers. How many days they will be staying? 3 days. How many people? Vyomanauts. Originally 4, they reduced 1, and now how many? 3. Vyomanauts. They are called as Vyomanauts. Human rated low LMVM3, which is called as GSLV Mark III, is the launch vehicle. Pressurized capsule, that is module which will be traveling and removing from the rocket. Puller type emergency system will be there. Module to re-enter Earth. This particular plan is what? Module to re-enter Earth. Tested at what? Yuri Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center at Russia. Already it has been tested at Yuri Gagarin Space Center at Russia. Who is supporting it? DRDO and Indian Navy. The technology is supported by DRDO, and when they are entering into the space, who is supporting them? Indian Navy. So this particular program of crew space is being planned by 3 people: ISRO, DRDO and Indian Navy. Launched from whom? Sriharikota. Launched from, when we are planned? 2027. Places India among allied countries. Up to now, who went? USA went, Russia went, China went, and 4th country is going to be India. These are the things which you have to remember. So Gaganyaan is planned in which year? 2027. How many countries sent their Vyomanauts into the space earlier? USA, Russia, China. What is the technology we are using? Pressurized module. We are using which module? Pressurized module. How many Vyomanauts we are sending? 3 Vyomanauts. So generally Gaganyaan is going into the space, again they will be bringing. But if there is any accident, then we are going to use this technology called as crew escape system of Gaganyaan. Target is 2027. If the Gaganyaan rocket is going properly, then there is no problem with that. Then this particular system will not be activated. The system will be activated if and only if there is an error, there is an issue, there is a problem in the LMVW, where it is HLVM3. This is the rocket name, is called as HLVM3. Next, Samudrayaan project. Samudrayaan project, which is also called as Matsya project or Matsya mission, which is also called as Matsya mission. For the first time, we are planning to do exploration deep sea. Deep sea exploration comes under which project? Matsya. Matsya 6000 or Samudrayaan operation or Samudrayaan mission. We are going to send 6000 meters inside the earth. 6000 meters. 6 kilometers. And we are exploring what? Rare earth nodules. rare earth metals which are available deep inside the ocean. Why it is important? Up to now we did not explore. Up to now we did not explore deep sea. Up to now we did not do mining in deep sea. For the first time we plan to do mining in deep sea. That too 6,000 meters inside the earth. And there we are going to search what? Rare earth metals, nodules, which are mainly used in robotics, which are mainly used in spacecrafts, which are mainly used in semiconductor devices. That particular rare earth metals will be explored and mineraled in through this particular project called as Matsya 6000 Samudrayaan mission. And in this particular Samudrayaan project, again we are sending 3 human beings. Sending 3 human beings deep inside to 6,000 meters. To 6,000 meters. Deep sea resources and endurance of how much? 12 hours under normal circumstances and 96 hours in case of emergency. So how, sir? So they will be, the 3 people will be trained in such a way that they can stay up to 12 hours. They are being trained that in emergency situation also they can stay up to 96 hours. So when they stay up to 96 hours, then they can properly find, they can properly explore if any minerals are present or not. In that way, 3 human beings will be sent down. How many meters below? 6,000 meters. Main target is what? Rare earth metals. To find rare earth metals, it is only for mineral exploration and to do what? Deep sea mining. The target is what? Deep sea mining. Is being designed and developed by National Institute of Ocean Technology. Remember this. National Institute of Ocean Technology under Ministry of Earth Sciences. For every mission, for every project, you have to remember which ministry is implementing it, where it got manufactured. That fact you have to remember. So this was being designed where? National Institute of Ocean Technology, Chennai, under which ministry? Ministry of Earth Sciences. Boost what? To boost new India that highlights blue economy. In order to make our waters, in order to make our blue waters like a blue economy. So in order to do mining, in order to do economical activities in ocean waters, we are coming up with a mission called as Mission Samudrayaan or Matsya 6000. Now what is important? Sir, what are all the steps taken for blue economy? అంటే ఏమేం స్టెప్స్ తీసుకున్నాం మనము మన బ్లూ ఎకానమీని బూస్ట్ చేయడం కోసం. India is having approximately 7,600 kilometers of coastal line, but we didn't exploited it. We are having a huge coastal line. That much huge coastal line we are having in the map, but we are not exploring it. So in order to explore our own coastal line, in order to explore our own sea waters, we are coming up with this particular project called as Samudrayaan project. So what are all the earlier steps taken by the government for the sake of blue economy? 4 projects are made earlier. Number 1, Sagarmala project. Sagarmala project. అంటే సముద్రయాన్ కాకుండా ఇంకా అలాంటి ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఏం చేసింది బ్లూ ఎకానమీ కోసం. సముద్రయాన్ కాకుండా ఏమేం స్టెప్స్ చేసింది మన బ్లూ ఎకానమీని బూస్ట్ చేయడం కోసం గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా మీన్స్ ద ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ as సముద్రయాన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ విచ్ ఇస్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సెకండ్ వన్ ఇస్ వాట్? సాగర్మాలా ప్రాజెక్ట్. వాట్ ఈస్ సాగర్మాలా ప్రాజెక్ట్? హౌ మెనీ మేజర్ పోర్ట్స్ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ? 13 మేజర్ పోర్ట్స్ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్. 13 మేజర్ పోర్ట్స్. పోర్ట్ లెడ్ డెవలప్మెంట్. Major ports, minor ports. Port-led development. Wherever the ports are there, the surrounding area should be developed. Which project? Like that only you have to remember. First basic point is that Matsya project means what? 6,000 meters below, sending human beings for the sake of doing minerals. Minerals exploration is called as Samudrayaan. Sagarmala. Port-led development. Wherever the ports are there, their development need to be happen under which project? Sagarmala project. Port-led development. But it can be by IT enabled services, it can be by infrastructure, it can be any reason. But what is the Sagarmala means what? Port-led development. Second, OSMART, which means nothing but ocean smart. regulated use of ocean marine resources for sustainable development. OSMART, what is that? Ocean resources should be regulated such that the mining or fishing should be regulated. If not, what will happen? Indiscriminate mining will happen or not? Indiscriminate fishing will happen or not? If indiscriminate mining and indiscriminate fishing, if it is happening, whether it is sustainable or non-sustainable. In order to do sustainable mining, in order to do sustainable fishing, what scheme government brought? OSMART, that's it. OSMART is a regulatory mechanism in order to do sustainable mining, sustainable fishing, so that minerals and that fishes will be available for future generations. Sustainability means what? Using for our generation and ensuring the same resources for future generation is called as sustainability. So for sustainable blue economy, for sustainable marine resources regulation, which scheme has been developed? OSMART. Third, integrated coastal zone management. Integrated coastal zone management. In the coast, in order to have a proper development in the coastal area, when there is a proper development in the coastal area, what will happen? The fishing will increase, major ports will come, minor ports will come. In order to develop all this, we are developing the coastal line. That particular scheme is called as what? Integrated coastal zone management. Fourth, we also have a policy called as National Fisheries Policy. When we have to write, sir, compulsory there will be question. How to promote our blue economy? What are the steps taken by the government of India for making our economy in the waters flourish? The economy in the waters to flourish, we have a word called as blue economy. In order to boost the blue economy, we are having 5 schemes. Number 1, Matsya 6000 or Operation Samudrayaan. Number 2, Sagarmala project. Number 3, OSMART. Number 4, Integrated Coastal Zone Management. Fifth one is, we are also having a National Fisheries Policy. National Fisheries Policy is mainly focused upon development of fishes, sustainable use of fishes and availability of fishes for the fishery community. So that fishes will be useful for the development and the fishes will be also useful for future generation, because we are focusing on sustainable fisheries. These are the 5 steps which are taken by. So if you go out, if someone asks, sir, in order to make our oceans flourish, in order to use more economy from our waters, how we can develop our oceans, what are the steps taken for blue economy? Any government schemes are there for the development of our waters? Any schemes are there for blue economy? Fatafat 5. Number 1, Matsya 6000, Sagarmala project, OSMART, Integrated Coastal Zone Management. 5th is fishery. Space Vision 2040. Space Vision 2040 means how we are planning till 2040. A paper was been released by the government. Each and every step of government we have to notice. A white paper was been, Shwetapatram antaru kada, white paper was been released by the Department of Space, in which they told their target by the name called as what? Vision 2040 Essentials. అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా రీచ్ అవుతాం. Essentials means ఖచ్చితంగా, which is called as Vision 2040. First, human space flight Vayumitra, robotic precursor, first crewed Gaganyaan in 2027. Vayumitra with Vyomamitra. It will be going into the air. Who will be sitting? Vyomamitras will be sitting. Vyomamitra will be sitting in Vayumitra. Vyomamitra will be sitting in Vayumitra. Exam, what is that? Gaganyaan. So first target is what? Gaganyaan. By 2027 we are planned to send 4 initially, but we reduced 1 and now how many? 3. 3 human beings we are sending in Vayumitra. The 3 human beings are called as Vyomamitras under the project called as Gaganyaan. Target year is what? 2027. First target. Second target, Chandramitra. By 2028, we want to send Vyomamitra onto the moon through Chandrayaan 4 target, which is called as Chandramitra. Chandrayaan 4, and placing an Indian on the moon by 2040. So we are starting in 2028. We are developing. We plan to develop it. Why? Because we are having other targets. Mainly after Gaganyaan, if it is successful in 2027, then they want to start in 2028 and they want to complete it and send astronaut onto the moon by which year? 2040. Man onto the space అంటే గాలి, స్పేస్లోకేమో 2027, మూన్ మీదకేమో 2040. భారత్ అంతరిక్ష్ station by 2037. We don't have. International space stations are there, which belongs to United States of America, which belongs to Russia. Now China is also sending one international space station where they can go and they can settle down. We don't have that international space station, and we are planning to develop the international space station by which year? 2035, which is called as Bharat Antriksh Station. Bharat Antriksh Station. Gaganyaan by which year? 2027. Sending man onto the moon by which year? 2040. Establishing international space station by the name called as Bharat Antriksh Station, 2035. Essentials. These are our essentials. By the name called as what? Vision. And we are also planning to send 12 to 15 satellites annually. Over 100 satellites, more than 100 satellites in 15 years. Including low earth broadband constellations. These are our visions. Every year minimum 12 to 15, and within 15 years compulsory. Essentials means what? Compulsory. We have to send more than 100 satellites within 15 years. 2025 means by which year? 2040. That is the reason 2040. National outcomes, space technology for food, water, security, for all this purpose. Moon landing by 2040, national station by 2035, and instrumentation for Viksit Bharat by 2047. So what is our target, final target? Viksit Bharat by 100 years of independence. The target is Viksit Bharat by 2047. For the Viksit Bharat, what are the visions of space? 3 visions, 4 visions are there. First vision is what? Gaganyaan by 2027. Chandramitra by 2040, starting by 2028 and by sending a man onto the moon by 2040. Bharat Antriksh Station by 2035, and every year minimum 10 to 15 satellites, and by 2040 minimum to minimum more than 100 satellites to be sent. For all this, for what purpose? Vikasit Bharat, Viksit Bharat or Vikasit Bharat by the year 2047. If you are writing any essay also, you can write like this. We targeted for Viksit Bharat by 2047, for which we are having micro targets like what? Sending Vyomamitras onto the space by 2027 and sending Chandramitras which are onto the moon by 2040. Having our own international space station in the Antriksh by the year 2035. By 2040 we are planning to send more than 100 satellites. This all for what purpose? Vikasit Bharat purpose. Comes under the vision called as Space Vision 2040. Means it's not only prelims point of view, it is essay point of view also. Any essay, what should be the final conclusion? Vikasit Bharat, developed India, self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. అదే కదా టార్గెట్ ఎవరికైనా కూడా. సో ఈ వికసిత్ భారత్ ఆత్మనిర్భర్ భారత్లో మనం ఉండాలి అని అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా పెద్ద కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఎవరి దగ్గర నుంచి రావాలి? స్పేస్ దగ్గర నుంచి రావాలి. స్పేస్ దగ్గర నుంచి రావడం కోసం డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ స్పేస్ ఏం క్రియేట్ చేసింది? విజన్ 2040 అని క్రియేట్ చేసింది. విజన్ 2040 ఎసెన్షియల్స్లో ఏం టార్గెట్లు పెట్టింది? 4 టార్గెట్లు పెట్టింది. ఈ 4 టార్గెట్లు కనుక మరి రీచ్ అయితే ఖచ్చితంగా వి విల్ హ్యావ్ ఏ వికసిత్ భారత్. Why sir? Why? Because it will help in food security, help in water security, help in disaster resilience, help in environment production, help in inclusive growth, help in scale up of semi-cryogenic electric propulsions and private sector. These many applications are there because of this. Mission Drishti. Mission Drishti. What is Mission Drishti? Simple. 2 types of satellites will be there. 2 types of satellites will be there. One satellite will be looking at the space, another satellite will be looking at the earth. One is space observatory, other is earth observatory. Mission Drishti, we are having earth observatory satellites, we are having, but first earth observatory satellite made by a private space company. Up to now, all the satellites which are manufacturing Earth observation satellites were been done by ISRO, a government agency. But now, under Mission Drishti, government is promoting private sector. You private people, you also manufacture satellites, man, and I want one satellite to observe Earth. So I am motivating you to manufacture a satellite. That satellite should study Earth. For that, I made a mission called as Mission Drishti. Drishti, looking at Earth. World's first multi-sensor Earth observation satellite, India's largest privately built. It is going to be the first largest privately built satellite by the company called as Galaxy. This is a private company. What it will be studying? Earth. It is envisioned to deploy 8 to 12 satellites by 2029. It is engineered as a remote sensing Earth observation system optimized for spatial, geographical, spectral and temporal resolutions to capture high precision imagery. The satellites weighs 160 kg and offers 1.5 meter resolution. It helps in government, defense agencies, advanced geospatial analysis, border surveillance, disaster management, all the sectors. Infrastructure development, agriculture, in every sector this will be helping. Why? Because it is not space observation, it is Earth observation. And it is going to be the what? World's first multi-sensor. What is the meaning of multi-sensor? Simple. Multi-sensor means very microscopically it will be identified. Means if this Mission Drishti goes up, and if it is looking at our Earth, they will see me also. That is called as multi-sensor. They can see what I am teaching also. That is called as multi-sensor. Very precisely, very imagery when they can study it is called as multi-sensor. That is it. Earth observation satellite. Which company? Galaxy. First India's largest private satellite. Largest private. Antamundu unnai. Before that there are a lot of private satellites. Largest private satellite, mainly Earth observation. The satellite will not be like this. Satellite will be like this, Earth observation. Project Dhvani. Next is Project Dhvani. These are all things which happened in the year 2025 from July. I am discussing those topics July, August, September. Last 3 months. Project Dhvani. Hypersonic missile. We call Mach, which is speed of the sound. Speed of the sound is called as Mach. If number of times the speed is increasing, the speed of sound is called as Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3. Means 3 times the speed of sound, 4 times the speed of sound, 5 times the speed of sound. So Mach number will be increasing with that. Hypersonic. It is more the number of speed of sound. How many number I will be discussing. Under which project? Project Dhvani. So under Project Dhvani, we are means DRDO is planning. We people only. It's a government establishment. It's ours only. Under Project Dhvani, DRDO is manufacturing hypersonic missiles. Next generation, which is called as hypersonic glide vehicle. Hypersonic glide vehicle. What is that? I will tell you. Designed for extremely high speed and maneuverability. Gliding. Maneuverability means it will escape like this. It will not go in a trajectory. It will not go linear. It will escape. This way of direction, this way of moving is called as maneuverability. It will be changing its direction. Maneuverability is nothing but changing its direction according to requirement. If some drone is coming, if some missile is coming to destroy this, then what it will do? It will escape, no? This escaping through directions is called as maneuverability. Then what is important, sir? Earlier this escape was done by ground station. Oh, it's coming. We used to give direction. A person who is sitting like a video game, he will be giving the direction, then there will be movement. Sometimes I might miss, no. Now, the beauty of this is, the maneuverability will be happening independently. It will take the decision. It will take the direction. How need to be escaped. So, there is no work of ground station. Why? Because somewhere I am working, somewhere it is happening. Sometimes there is a chance of mishap. If mishap need not happen, then what? It should work independently. So that independent maneuverability is the beauty of Project Dhvani. How much speed? Beyond Mach 6. 6 times the speed of sound. Hence it is called as hypersonic. Estimated range of how much? 6,000 kilometers to 10,000 kilometers, expanding India's strategic strike envelope. Launch via rocket booster into high altitude, then separation atmospheric glide phase, where the high gliding vehicle can maneuver. This evasive capability is what is apart from standard ballistic missile. I will tell you few meanings, understand forever. Ballistic missile. Ballistic missile means it will be taking its own direction and it will be going. It is called as ballistic missile. This is greater than ballistic missile. Why? Because I told you, in ballistic missile, ground station will give the directions. High gliding vehicle, here ground station will not have function, independent will take the decision. Then and there it can take the decision. So decentralization will not be there. Order should not, command should not come from bottom. So then and there it will take the decision. So decision will be faster, quick, faster, slow, faster. So hence they can escape. That is the beauty of this particular mission called as Mission Dhvani. Hypersonic, Mach 6, beyond Mach 6. Maneuverability, independent maneuverability or ground station controlled maneuverability? Hypersonic missile means beyond 6. Beyond Mach 6 is called as hypersonic missile. Next, Agni-Prime. Before Agni-Prime, before I go in, I know that you have heard about Integrated Guided Missile Project or program. IGMP, Integrated Guided Missile Program. Who is the master of this? Abdul Kalam. He is famous for what? Agni, Prithvi, Nag, these all big missiles of India was being designed under this particular program called as Integrated Guided Missile Program. Agni was very successful. Agni missile పేరు వింటూ ఉంటారు. Agni is very successful. What is Agni? Surface to air missile. Originally surface to air missile. What is meaning of surface to air missile, sir? Shortcut we will tell as SAM. Surface, yes. Surface to air missile means from here we will be launching. This is called a surface to air missile. Few will be air to air. Few will be air to air. That's it. See now. See now. First we have one, Agni 1, 2002. How much range? 700 kilometers. With number increasing, range is also increasing. 2, 2500. 3, 3500. Sir, why it failed? It was not that much successful. Again we launched it. Then 3, 2006. How much? 3500. 4, 2010. How much? 4000. 5, how much? 2012. 5000 kilometers. See here. A1, Agni 2, Agni 3, A4, A5. If you see, A5 up to here. Where is India? Here. A5. We can reach up to here. India. We can reach up to Nigeria. South Africa also we can reach. Agni-5. So we can launch a missile here and we can destroy South Africa. 5000 kilometers. A4, if you see here, 4000 kilometers. We can destroy up to Egypt. That is the range. So what are the ranges? 1 is 700, 2 is 2500, 3 is 3500, 4 is 4000, 5th is 5000. Range. This is old. Means what? As number of Agnis are increasing, the range is increasing. Earlier, it used to have only one warhead. Then warhead. This is a missile, no? This is called as warhead. This is called as warhead. We will put a bomb here. We will put a bomb here. This is called as warhead. Earlier we used to have only one warhead. Then we started having multiple warheads. అంటే ఒకటిసారి బాంబులు వేయడం, multiple warheads. Now the beauty is we are also having nuclear warhead. This is not just warhead, it is the warhead means a bomb which is manufactured by what? Nuclear. Now what is current affair, sir? The current affair is Agni-Prime. Agni-Prime. What is Agni-Prime? Agni-6 is there. This Agni-Prime is in the news now. The range is 2000 kilometers only. Understand this. Agni-Prime, August month we successfully test fired it. Agni-Prime. The range is 2000 kilometers. 2000 kilometers మాత్రమే. The size has been reduced. With the size has been reduced, weight has been reduced. You tell me, when the size is reduced, weight is reduced, whether it will be easily mobile or not? So, these are of huge sizes. This is not this much, it's very of huge size. So, when it is the size is more, whether we can use it mobile, whether we can carry wherever we want? No. It should have specific direction, road crossing, we have to travel, no, we have to take it, no. It is becoming very challenge, mainly to send to Ladakh, send to Leh, send to Jammu and Kashmir, send to northeastern region, send to AIRAWAT, send into the carriers. It is becoming very tough to launch this. We manufactured it, but we are unable to use it. We manufactured it, but we are unable to use it because of no comfort. Ergonomics. Ergonomics means which is not comfortable, which is not convenient. So what we did, we decreased the size, we decreased the weight, and we made that much a train which is traveling. On the goods train we can put this missile. On the bus we can put this missile. Means what? Bus will travel, no? Little bit road is sufficient. So this missile will sit on the bus and the bus will travel wherever it can't. There it will go and it will destroy. Whether we can destroy any location or not now. Sometimes it is 6000 also, but it should destroy means it should go to a precise location. From there only I have to use it. But this Agni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are unable to use it. Why? Because they are unable to go to the location where I have to burn it. So now this Agni-Prime 2000 kilometers which became what? Mobile. That is the important point. The range is reduced only. Agni-Prime range has been reduced. But what is the significance of Agni-Prime? It became mobile. It became easy. It became comfort. It became convenient oriented. It can go into any part of the world. Any part of the world it can go and it can be used. To strike targets up to 2000 kilometers, it is highly advanced missile system equipped with state-of-art. What is important is deployment from specially designed rail-based mobile launcher, a first of its capability for that is Agni-Prime. Agni-6 is there, 10,000 kilometer range. Agni-6 has been designed 2025 only. 10,000 kilometer range means United States of America we can target White House. 10,000 kilometer range Agni-6. But no much development, only range has been increased. But the new innovation is what? Agni-Prime. Why? Because see, if I have very big mobile which is advanced feature I can carry, or a small mobile with average features I can carry. A mobile phone with average features is sufficient. Very big phone with advanced features I cannot carry it, no. That is the problem with Agni-6. So we came up, we understood that comfort is important, convenience is important. Why? Because I have to travel it anywhere. Hence we came up with a Agni called as Agni-Prime. What is BrahMos? It is, as you know, BrahMos is a missile. It's manufactured by Russia, buyed by India. There's a technology transfer. Now we are also developing BrahMos. So it's a combination of two countries, India and Russia. Important points I will tell you. It is forget. Fire and forget. Fire and forget. Means once we use, done. It will go and it will destroy. So now we are planning BrahMos such that it should go, it will destroy and it should come back. So that again reuse it. This is only original BrahMos. Now BrahMos has been developed. BrahMos Mark II, BrahMos next generation, that I will tell you now. First, original BrahMos is what? Fire and forget. Universal missile. Meanings you have to understand. Universal missile for missile platforms is nothing but air, water, ground. I can use this missile from ground, I can use this missile from water, I can use this missile from air. So it's a universal, which is called as triad. Triad means what? In three, I can use from ground station, I can use from air station, I can use from water station. Hypersonic speed more than Mach 6. Hypersonic speed. Long flight, low radar signature, pinpoint accuracy and high lethal power. Advanced guidance system incorporating high maneuvers. See, what is this? Advanced guidance system, which is disadvantage. Advanced guidance, it is not independently guided, it is advanced guided, means guided from where? Ground station. That is the disadvantage with this. Air breathing ramjet propulsion for fuel efficiency, for better stability and accuracy directions of missile during the flight. Solid propellant rocket for initial acceleration. Solid fuel, you will come across solid fuel, no? Simple. Solid fuel will give quick acceleration, which liquid fuel cannot give. That is the reason in missiles, which fuel we will use? Solid fuel. Why we will go for solid fuel? Because it will give a quick propulsion. It will give a quick push. BrahMos. That is original BrahMos. Old BrahMos. 2025 two BrahMos we got. BrahMos Mark II, BrahMos next generation. Now I told you BrahMos. BrahMos is triad, air, water and ground. BrahMos hypersonic. BrahMos guided. Guided means ground station. BrahMos trajectory. BrahMos 5000 kilometers. But now BrahMos Mark II is a hypersonic cruise missile being jointly developed by India and Russia. Mach 8, range up to 1500 kilometers. Scramjet engine enabling sustained hypersonic flight. Multi-platform launch potential, land, sea, air, submarine, and ability to strike deeply buried expected by 2032. Deeper reach, improve flexibility, lighter platform, give a deeper. What is the main Mark II is? Lighter in weight, air, water, ground, submarine. Through submarine also means from water the missile will come. Water means ship, I mean up to now. Submarine means it will come through water. That is what it's called as BrahMos Mark II. What is the difference between BrahMos and BrahMos Mark II? BrahMos is air, water and ground. BrahMos Mark II is air, water, ground and submarine. BrahMos next generation. Same like Agni-Prime. Shorter in length, integrate with more fighter aircraft, not just heavy ones. Same like Agni-Prime. Now we are giving importance for comforts, no? Earlier what we thought, big missiles, yes it should be big, this should be this much of weight. Now we understood that, no. Big missiles we can use only in specific conditions. But when we have the missiles which are handy, we can use in any condition. So BrahMos next generation is what? Handy missile. Same like Agni-Prime. If there is a question, what is the counterpart of Agni-Prime? BrahMos next generation. What is the counterpart of Agni-Prime? BrahMos next generation. What is the counterpart of BrahMos next generation? Agni-Prime. Reduced radar, stealth, it will escape the radar. Smart materials, platform, it can fit into anything, expected by the year 2027. Whereas this is BrahMos Mark II, expected by the year 2032. 2032. Next, BharatGen Multimodal LLM. BharatGen Multimodal LLM. What does that mean? Language. If I give one sentence, simple language. If I give one English sentence, BrahMos next generation is the counterpart of Agni-Prime. But the advantage of BrahMos next generation is it can be used from submarines, which is absent in Agni-Prime. Agni-Prime can be used from submarines? No. From submarines, what we can use? BrahMos. This sentence, if I give to this particular system called as BharatGen Multimodal LLM, if I give this information, immediately it will give into 22 languages. Immediately it will translate into 22 languages and it will give me an output within 22 languages. So any translation, any scripture, any manuscript, any content in any language can be converted into 22 Indian 8th schedule languages. That is advantage. That is the main function of what? BharatGen Multimodal. India's first government funded multimodal AI system. How many languages? 22 languages. Multimodal, revolutionizing public services backed by science and innovation. So that any person from any part of the country can get information. Why? Because if they download this app, this is nothing but an app. If they download this app, they can use that particular sentence and it can be converted into their local language. BharatGen, India's first government funded, launched at 2nd June 2025. How many languages? 22 languages. Text, speech, image. If I tell, it will give in the form of text. If I tell, it will also give in the form of speech. If I tell, it will also design an image and it will give me. IIT Bombay is part of it, Department of Science and Technology part of it, help in healthcare, education, agriculture, governance, emphasis on languages with limited digital presence, data efficient learning, cited as world's first government funded multimodal LLM project, aim to support all 22 languages fully by June 2020. Fully, means any sentence it will be providing. That is the main function of this BharatGen Multimodal LLM. AIRAWAT. Full form C. It is AI focused supercomputing platform. Or how to remember, I will tell you. Remember all this. Forget all this. AIRAWAT. 2025, the largest supercomputer in India, manufactured by CDAC. Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Pune. So they developed supercomputer called as AIRAWAT. In the top 500 supercomputers in the world, 75th rank is AIRAWAT. It helps in higher processing computings, research and innovation, 75th position. It's worst position only. 75th means last only, no, almost. But at least we are in 75th position because of AIRAWAT. How much speed? Earlier we have 35 flops. Now it is only this is 13.17 flops. Up to now altogether time is how much? 35 petaflops. Only this is what? 13.17 petaflops. PFs. AIRAWAT. Next. CRISPR SDN gene edited rice. I will give you information now. Two crops are there. Two concepts are there. One is called as gene editing. Other is called as genetically modified organism. Gene edited organism, GEO, GMO. Two varieties are there with respect to biotechnology. GEO, GMO. Genetically edited organisms, genetically modified organisms. I will tell you, people will get heart attack. Cholesterol will form in the heart veins. If the seriousness is less, what they will do? They will put a stent. What is stent? They will a pipe they will put so that the veins will increase. So the blood flow will continue. That is called a stent. Simple language. This is a vein. Because of cholesterol, now blood is not flowing. Why? Because what came in this particular space? Cholesterol came. I cannot remove the cholesterol. So what I will do? I will send it 2 pipes. It will put pressure like this. So what will happen now? Blood can flow. This is called a stent. But few times doctors will tell that stent is impossible. This man might die. We have to go for open heart surgery. We have to go for open heart surgery, which is also called as bypass. What is a bypass? It is completely closed. It is completely closed. Now I have to change this vein. అంటే ఈ vein కి మొత్తం కొలెస్ట్రాల్ అంటే మొత్తం అయిపోయింది, ఇంకా కాదు, ఇక చేంజ్ చేయలేము మనం. దట్ మీన్స్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు కట్ దిస్ vein and I have to remove this vein, and I cannot take other human beings or the other man's veins, and it cannot match. So what the doctors will do? They take a nerve from the leg or take a nerve from the shoulder and they will replace it. That is called as bypass surgery. This cholesterol filled veins will be removed. In place of this cholesterol filled veins, we will put the veins which are from other parts of the body which doesn't have cholesterol. It got replaced. Got it? Genetically edited organism means we will be having 23 chromosomal pairs, 23 chromosomes from father, 23 chromosomes from mother, both combined to become 46 chromosomes. On chromosomes we will have genes. So on one particular gene, on a chromosome, if there is an error, then what I will do? Within my body, where there is no error in the gene, I will take this and I will put in that particular position where there is error. నా బాడీ నుంచి తీసుకొని నేను రిపేర్ చేస్తే దాన్ని జెనెటికల్ ఎడిటెడ్ అంటాను. వేరే వాళ్ళ బాడీ, వేరే ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నుంచి తీసుకొని నా బాడీలో కానీ వేరే మనిషి బాడీలో వేస్తేనేమో జెనెటికల్లీ మాడిఫైడ్. మాడిఫైడ్ అంటేనేమో వేరే ఆర్గానిజం నుంచి, ఎడిటెడ్ అంటేనేమో మన బాడీ నుంచి. దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ డిఫరెన్స్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ అస్ జీన్ ఎడిటెడ్ ఆర్ మాడిఫైడ్. Edited according to our Environment Protection Act of 1986. Genetically modified organism crops are completely regulated. So we cannot bring another gene from other organisms and cannot put in here. So it is not allowed. But we want full production. What is happening? Population is increasing, productivity is less, yield is less, we have to produce more. So what we did? We edited the gene such that the more efficient gene we will be taking from other part of the paddy and we will be putting in this particular seed within the same. Hence it got approval from the government of India. Technically it is correct. Why? Because it is not genetically modified, it is genetically edited. What is not allowed? Genetically modified is not allowed. We are not allowed to take from other species, we are not allowed to take from other animals. We are allowed to take within ourselves. We are allowed to take within our species. When we are allowed to take within our species, it is called as what? Edited. So like that, 2 paddy seeds were being developed. Like that, 2 paddy seeds were being developed. One is called as DRR, Dan 100. Other is called as Pusa rice. 2 are there. One is called as what? Dan 100. Other is called as Pusa DST rice 1. One is Dan, other is Pusa. ఇలా 2 రకాలైనటువంటి ప్యాడీ సీడ్స్ని డెవలప్ చేశాము. ఏం వాడి? జెనెటికల్లీ ఎడిటెడ్ వాడి. అందరు ఏమనుకున్నారు, మనం జెనెటికల్లీ ఎడిట్ చేస్తే కాదు కదా. టెక్నికల్లీ ఏంటి? జెనెటికల్లీ మాడిఫైడ్ ఒప్పుకోరు. ఏది ఒప్పుకుంటారు? వై వి డిడ్ ఇట్? derived from Samba Masuri, shows 19% higher yield, 20 days earlier maturity. 19% higher yield now and 20 days early maturity, and reduced methane emission due to shorter flooding duration. All are advantages. Whereas Pusa, what happened? Derived from MTU 1010, exhibiting 9 to 30% yield gain, better drought and salinity tolerance. They promise higher productivity, water savings. These are the 2 advantages of this. So exam point of view or answer point of view, in order to increase the productivity, in order to increase the yield, In order to increase the productivity, the Department of Science and Technology under Indian Council of Agriculture and Research had developed two seed varieties for paddy. One is called as DRR Dan 100, other is called as Pusa DST Rice 1. Whereas Dan 100, how much percentage has been increased? 19% has been increased. Second point is what? 20 days earlier. Whereas under Pusa DST, what happened? 30%, 9 to 30% has been increased, and also drought resistant, water lekuna kuda drought resistant, salinity, uppu nillallo kuda salinity resistant. These are the advantages. What technology we used for it? CRISPR-Cas9. What technology we used, which is called as CRISPR-Cas9? Simple. Here in the gene, if I change, the productivity will increase. I got that knowledge. Then what I did? I removed the gene. There is a protein called as Cas9. Cas9 is nothing but a protein. A protein will come, it will cut. Scissored, there is space. Now what I did? I took from other species and I joined here. Here there is a break, I joined. Other species means within the paddy. Now it became like this. So this is called as gene editing. By using gene editing, the government of India, Ministry of Agriculture gave permission for two varieties of paddy seeds. One is called as DRR Dan 100 and Pusa DST Rice 1. These are the two varieties. One is for yield and reduced time, and second is for what? Higher yield 9 to 30%, mainly drought resistant and salinity resistant. Next point. Same thing is there. Primary Amoebic Meningoencephalitis. Primary Amoebic Meningoencephalitis. What is this? Simple. What happened? In Kerala, we will see a lot of rainfall will be there. Why? Because they are living in Western Ghats, evergreen forests. So rainfall will be very high. So ponds will be very high. Lakes will be more number of lakes. Ponds will be more number of lakes. Wherever there are warm water, when the children go for swimming, wherever there are warm ponds, wherever there are warm, little bit warm, gorevechani, wherever there are warm water, wherever there are warm ponds, there this parasite has been developed by the name called as primary Amoebic Meningoencephalitis. ఎక్కడెక్కడైతే వామ్ వాటర్ ఉన్నాయో పౌండ్స్లలో లేక్స్లలో అక్కడ ఈ అమీబా అనేది డెవలప్ అయింది. అమీబా పేరు ఏంటంటే ప్రైమరీ అమీబిక్ మెనింగోఎన్సెఫాలిటిస్. సో వెన్ మెయిన్లీ చిల్డ్రన్ ఆర్ ఎనీవన్ హూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ స్విమ్మింగ్, it will enter into our body only through nose, not by man to man touch, not by any other communication. It is only through nose. So when the people go for swimming, this amoeba is entering through the nose and going inside. So the transmission is nose to human being. Technically called as what? Naegleria fowleria is a free-living amoeba found in warm freshwater, moist soil, under chlorinated pools. Occurs when amoeba enters the body through nose. Why it is in the news? 19 people were being killed. 19 people were being killed by this parasite called as primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. ఈ యొక్క పారాసైట్ వల్ల 19 మరణాలు జరిగాయి 2025లో కేరళలో. సో ఏం జాగ్రత్తలు తీసుకోవాలి అనంటే, ఎక్కడెక్కడైతే కోల్డ్ వాటర్ కాకుండా వామ్ వాటర్ ఉన్నాయో లేక్స్, అక్కడ స్విమ్మింగ్కి వెళ్ళకూడదు, అక్కడ వాటర్ తాగకూడదు డైరెక్ట్గా. వై? బికాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ఎంటరింగ్ త్రూ ద నోస్. సో మ్యాన్ 16 people were been confirmed positive, and how many people were been died? 19 people were been. Nose into brain. From nose it goes into the brain. Not via person to person. It is through nose into the brain. Symptoms: headache, fever, nausea. Risk factors: warm water. Wherever the warm water is there, no guarantee cure. Prevention: avoid swimming. Where it is been found? How many deaths were been happened? 19 deaths were been. What is the parasite name called as? Primary Amoebic Meningoencephalitis. Coral Larvae Cryobank project and coral triangle. You know coral reefs. Coral reefs. ఇంకా మీకు బాగా అది కాదు కానీ మీకు గుర్తుండేలా చెప్పాలి అని అంటే పాకురు ఉంటుంది కదా, పాకురు అనకూడదు, పాకురు లాంటిది, వాటినే కోరల్ రీఫ్స్ అంటాం మనం. ఏ వెరీ బ్యూటిఫైడ్, అరేంజ్డ్, స్ట్రక్చర్డ్, ఆర్గనైజ్డ్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ అస్ కోరల్ రీఫ్స్. ద మోస్ట్ కాంప్లెక్స్ ecology on the earth is coral reefs. Millions of species will be living in the coral reefs. It provides food for the fishes. So we have to protect that coral reefs. In order to protect that coral reefs, we need to protect that DNA. In order to protect the DNA, we are creating one cryobank. Cryo means what? Very cold temperature bank. That DNA will be saved in the cold banks. So coral cryobank, coral larvae cryobank project, coral larvae cryobank, so that coral reefs will be protected if I save that larvae in cryobanks. That is the main intention. The coral larvae cryobank project aims to freeze and store coral larvae from key reef building species for long term conservation and future reef. Mainly the focus is on large marine biodiversity zone. We have large prelims point of view. Coral triangle is very important. What is coral triangle? See the map there, world map, there last. Indonesia, you identify Indonesia. ఇదేమో ఫిజికల్, అదేమో పొలిటికల్. పొలిటికల్లో కంట్రీ నేమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఇండోనేషియా యు నో, మలేషియా యు నో, Southeast Asia, Philippines you know, Papua New Guinea near Australia, Solomon Island, that particular area is called as coral triangle, where there is 75% of coral reefs in the world. 75% of coral reefs in the world is present where? In the coral triangle. What is coral triangle? Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Solomon Islands, CC, Timor-Leste, these are the places. Timor-Leste is nothing but northeast of Australia. If you remember, if you see northeast of that particular area is very famous for what? Coral reefs. From there, we are removing the larvae and we are saving in cryo banks. Cryopreservation, where larvae are plunged into ultra low temperatures, turning them into glass-like state without forming ice crystals so that they retain viability. Hope analog mission. Hope analog mission. Basic thing. Analog means what? This. Which are non-digital are called as analog. Which are non-digital are called as analog. This is what type of watch? Analog watch. In place of this numbers come, it is called as digital. Hope analog mission. Analog. Hope means what? Himalayan outpost for planetary exploration. Himalayan outpost for planetary exploration. Simple. In the Ladakh, in the altitude of 4,000 to 5,000 kilometer, 4,000 to 5,000 meters on the altitude, we are going to the altitude. On that altitude, in the Himalayan range, in the Ladakh region, we are establishing a exploratory planetary station. Exploratory planetary station, whereby that particular station will be having the habitat, the environment of how Jupiter will be there, how Mars will be there, how Moon will be there. That type of environment will be created there, so that our people will be sent there, and we will be visiting the Jupiter space, we will be visiting the Mars space, we will be visiting the Moon space, so that we will understand If we want to live in Jupiter, what type of environment will be there? If we want to live in Mars, what type of environment will be there? If we want to live in Moon, what type of environment will be there? That we will be having first-hand experience. We will be having first-hand experience. That setup is called as HOPE Analog Mission. Himalayan, Outpost for Planetary. Got it? That's it. See here. The HOPE mission ran started for 10 days we did it, but very costly. High altitude Sokor Valley, Ladakh region, analog space mission, earth-based simulation intended to mimic conditions of the Moon, Mars or other planetary surfaces and thereby test human factors, habitability, operations and technology in extreme environments. అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి మార్స్ ఇలా ఉంటుంది, మూన్లో ఇలా ఉంటుంది. We will have a first-hand experience. So if we take children or if we take astronauts, if we take the people who are very much interested, so I will train my body such that I can go to the moon and I can live there. That type of experience will be having to this particular mission called as HOPE Analog. Got it? 15th, Chandrayaan 4 mission. Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan 3, Chandrayaan 4 mission was been announced. Chandrayaan 4 is nothing but Chandramitra. Not Bindamitra. Bindumitra. A Mitra? Mitra Binda, not Mitra Binda. Chandra Mitra. What is this? To perform a lunar sample return, land on the moon, collect samples and bring them back to Earth. Will involve multiple launches, 2 separate launches to deploy different modules. There are 5 modules are there. So Chandrayaan 4. How we have Chandrayaan 1, how we have Chandrayaan 2, and we are planning for Chandramitra, the Chandrayaan 4. So again to send to the moon and we want to find it. That is called Chandrayaan 4. Chandrayaan 1 which year? 2008. Chandrayaan 2 which year? 2019. Chandrayaan 3 which year? 2023. What are the differences? Orbiter plus moon impact probe. చుట్టూ ఆర్బిటర్ దాని చుట్టూ తిరిగి అక్కడికి వెళ్ళకుండా ఒక ప్రోబ్ని పంపించి, జస్ట్ ఒక ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ని పంపించి అలా తిరిగి వచ్చింది. ఏంటది? చంద్రయాన్ 1. చంద్రయాన్ 2 ఆఫ్టర్ 10 years 2019. ఆర్బిటర్, ల్యాండర్, రోవర్, మూవ్ అక్రాస్, collected the data, took the photographs. Rover, orbiter, lander and rover. Here only moon impact rotated, it went, whether I can stay or not. It studied and came back. It didn't move. Now what happened? It went, it moved and took the samples also. That is Chandrayaan 2, 2019, after 4 years. Lander, rover, propulsion module. What is that? They digged. What type of minerals are present deeper? They went, digged. They want to find what is there beneath the earth. That also activity was happening in Chandrayaan 3. Successfully achieved many objectives, carried international payloads. Orbiter functioning and collecting data. Lander crash landed. Successfully soft landed near lunar surface. India became 4th country to soft land on moon. It got crashed. Second one is crashed. Third one is didn't crash. It was successful. Now we are planning for 4th. Through that only we also want to send one Chandramitra. So Chandrayaan 4. Chandrayaan 1 2008. Chandrayaan 2 2019. Chandrayaan 3 2023. What is the difference? First one, orbiter, impact. Second one, orbiter, lander, rover. Third, orbiter, lander, rover, propulsion. Fourth what? Orbiter, same. Orbiter, lander, rover, Chandramitra. And a man will go and he will study. When we are planning it? 2028. When we want to send it? 2035. 2035. 2035. 2040 what? Look once again. 2040. 2035 what? Antriksh. 2040 is sending. Bharatiya Antriksh Station. Bharatiya Antriksh Station. By which year? 2035. Our own self-international space station. Up to now, only 2 countries are having international space station. One is USA, other is Russia. By 2035, we are going to have our own space station by the name called as Bharatiya Antriksh Station. Which year? 2035. How many kilometers? Low Earth orbit. 400 to 450 kilometers. India Semiconductor Fab projects. Up to now, this is very important, you know why? Because I will tell you, generally any country's economy will depend upon natural resources. Any country's economy. Today, Saudi Arabia is that much rich, you know that. Oman is that much rich. Russia is also okay. It's mainly because of its mineral resources. It's not only about availability of mineral resources, how they are using also. Africa is also having mineral, but they are not able to use. Other people are using. So Africa is not getting developed. So mainly it is mineral resources. And nowadays 3 mineral resources are playing major role. 3 mineral resources. As you know, oil. India doesn't have oil. That is a very disadvantage created by the God. Oil. Second, gold. 5 years back 30,000, now it is 1,30,000. 1,30,000. Gold. Second big resource is gold. Third, rare earth metals. Now, rare earth metals. 98% of world rare earth metal is found only in China. That is the biggest advantage for China, biggest disadvantage for India. What now China told? Now trade war between China and USA. USA, you are doing lot of overaction, I will not give rare earth metals. Then Donald Trump, you do whatever you want, but please don't stop rare earth metals. Why? Because rare earth metals is only coming from China. It is having a strong weapon. So government of India is planning. Now anyhow we are not able to, minerals are not in our hands. Yes or no? Minerals are not in our hands or nature hands? Nature hands, not in human beings' hands. So these rare earth metals are mainly found in China and they are importing mainly to the South Korea, Taiwan, Japan. There the electronic devices, electronic TVs or mobile phones where there is more use of rare earth metals are more, there the manufacturing hubs became and we started importing it. Gold we are importing means okay, we don't have. Oil we are importing means we don't have. At least we can produce, no. South Korea is not having rare earth metals. They are taking raw material and they are manufacturing. Taiwan is not having raw material. They are importing and you also import raw material and you manufacture. Why you are depending on electronics industries? Then the question is, we don't have fabrication units. We don't have. Why? Because all the electronic goods like motherboards, TV screen, backside, what is their backside? Semiconductors are there. What is there inside? Semiconductors are there. Total, in this device, nearly 10 lakh semiconductors are there. In this, it's a fabrication unit, integrated circuit, ICs. We don't have that semiconductor fabrication unit. So India, under India Semiconductor Mission, we plan to establish 10 semiconductor fabrication units. We plan to establish what? 10 semiconductor fabrication unit. Recently in 2025, already we established 6, 4 more we started. 2 in Odisha, 1 in Punjab, other in Andhra Pradesh. So that now we will not depend for semiconductors, now we don't depend for electronics, we ourselves will manufacture our own electronics industries. That is called as India Semiconductor Fab projects, fabrication. Union Cabinet approved 4 new semiconductor fabrication projects, taking the total approved project up to 10 with an investment of around 1.6 lakhs under India Semiconductor Mission. ఒడిషాలో 2, పంజాబ్లో 1, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో 1. అలా మొత్తం ఎన్ని అవుతున్నాయి ఇప్పుడు? 10. కొత్తగా ఎన్నిటికి అప్రూవల్ ఇచ్చారు? 4. India imports 95% of its semiconductor needs mainly from Taiwan, South Korea and China. Okay, China, you are having rare earth metals, so okay. But China, Japan, Taiwan, South Korea doesn't have. They are importing raw material, then you can also import raw material and you can also manufacture. Hence, now, under which mission? The sector strategic for what? Electronics, artificial intelligence, defense, electric vehicles, telecom and renewable energy. Boost electronic manufacturing and exports under Make in India. Create 1 lakh skilled jobs. Strengthen supply chain resilience and strategic autonomy. So, what will happen if, why we are worried? If we fight with any other country, if they stop oil, we will suffer. If we fight with any other country, if they stop gold import, we will suffer. Now weakness is electronics also. If we fight with any other country, they will stop electronic goods, we will suffer. So strategically it's a disadvantage. So in order to make that strategic disadvantage into advantage, we have to establish what? Fabrication units. How many fabrication units permission was been approved, was been given? 10. Recently 4. So for electronics industry to boost, this is interactive panel, this is imported, this is imported from China. We don't have any this is called interactive panel, electronic interactive panel. In India, we don't have this interactive panel manufacturing unit or fabrication unit. Plant is there. What is plant? Assemble. They have to do assemble. No, this much big good, if shipped, it will come, means it will break into pieces. So all parts will come, just they will assemble it. If the same good is available in India, this amount will go to India only, no? This amount of 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs will go into the India, but this 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs went where? It is not a China good. It's technical only. It is standard only. But the money is going to China. Why? Because we don't have fabrication unit. If we have fabrication unit, what is the benefit? Then complete this motherboard will be manufactured in India. When motherboard is manufactured in India, main is motherboard. So whether the money will stay inside or money will go outside. India AI mission. India Artificial Intelligence mission, AI mission. Now everything is AI. Making AI in India and making AI work for India. See, making AI in India is not only about making AI to work for India. Who is implementing India AI? Independent Business Division under Digital India Corporation. Propels India towards global AI leadership, promotes under this India AI mission. We are having 7 pillars. Pillars means you have to remember 7 pillars. First pillar, India AI compute. Computation should increase. Speed. India AI Innovation Center. AI Kosh. Data set platform. Kosh means a reserve. India AI Application Development Initiative. India AI Future Skills. Skill should be developed. For that, a center will be developed. India AI Startup Financing. Safe and trusted. These are 7 pillars. What are the 7 pillars of India AI mission? First one is compute. Computation should be speeder. Second one is what? India AI Innovation. Third one, AI Kosh. Fourth one, India AI Application Development Initiative. India AI Future Skills. India AI Startup Financing. Safe and trusted. 100 gigawatts of nuclear plant. Now listen carefully. Understand this. See, how many of you know here NTPC Ramagundam? National Thermal Power Corporation, NTPC. It was established in 1976. Whenever I use the word thermal, means energy which is produced from coal is called as thermal. In 1976, it was established the largest thermal power project in India at that time. You know how much? 100 megawatts of electricity. 100 megawatts of electricity is produced from NTPC Ramagundam. How much electricity? 100 megawatt. Mega means 10 to the power of 6 watts. Watts means energy. Unit of energy is what? Watt. 100 megawatts of electricity is produced through which unit? NTPC Ramagundam. Now you see. For producing 100 megawatts of electricity, the government of India, under the government of India, works under Government of India, NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation. 10,000 hectares of land was been acquired by the government. Means government took 10,000 hectares of land to establish NTPC for producing how much electricity? 100 megawatts. Kudanakulam nuclear power plant was been established in Tamil Nadu 2008. It is also producing 100 megawatts of electricity. It took 100 hectares of land. India is land rich or land poor? Land poor. Now where we have land? If we have land, why they will sell in square yards or square feet? Every 4-5 shops, one shop will be real estate shop. In 5 people, one person will be doing real estate nowadays. If you go to village, all are real estate. We don't have land. India doesn't have land. America is having land. Russia is having land. China is having land. Almost all countries are having land. India, Bangladesh, Pakistan doesn't have land. In the country where there is no land, to produce 100 megawatts of electricity, thermal project is using how much land? 10,000 hectares. The same amount is important, no? Same 100 megawatts of electricity is produced by 100 hectares of land if it is nuclear. So what is beneficial for India? Nuclear energy is beneficial. Why? Because we don't have what? Land. So hence we have a target 100 gigawatts of nuclear power plant. Why? Because we don't have that much of land to produce electricity by using what? Coal or oil, but we can produce same electricity by little land. So what is beneficial economically? Nuclear power. Hence we had a plan called as 100 gigawatts of nuclear power plant. Central Electricity Authority released India's long-term energy transition roadmap to 2047, expand India's nuclear generation capacity from 7 gigawatts 2025 to 100 gigawatts. ఇప్పుడు ఎంత 7 gigawatts 2025. ఇంకో 22 yearsలో ఎంత పెంచాలనుకుంటున్నాం మనము? 100 gigawatts. We want to require more electricity, no? So the plan by 2047, the electricity produced by the nuclear power is how much? 100 gigawatts. 10 to the power of 12. Okay, whatever it may be. Core, expand India's nuclear energy, this is the main target. 500 non-fossil capacity. By 2030, non-fossil means what? Renewable energy, solar, energy security. Technology we are having, pressurized heavy water reactor. We are having 5 technologies we are having. First what? Pressurized heavy water reactor. Next we have light water reactor. Third we have fast breeder reactor. Now we have advanced heavy water reactor. Next what? Small modular reactor. These are the 5 reactors which we are having today. This is under research and development. Advanced heavy water reactor is using thorium reserves. Fast breeder reactor we are using today, 3-stage reactor, light water reactor earlier, pressurized heavy water reactor earlier. So now which technology we are using? Fast breeder reactor. What is the target? By 2047, how much of electricity should be produced? 100 gigawatts of electricity by the year. By using what technology? Where it got released? Central Electricity Authority, India's long-term energy transition roadmap to 2047. How many technologies we are having? 5 technologies. First one is what? Pressurized heavy water reactor. Second one, light water reactor. Third one, fast breeder reactor. Fourth one, advanced heavy water reactor. Fifth one, small modular reactor. Fourth and fifth are in development. Now we are using fast breeder reactor. Earlier we used PHWR and light water reactors. These are the 20 science and technology main related topics. Revision we will do. First topic is what? Crew escape system for Gaganyaan. This system will be activated if and only if there is a mistake in rocket. Second one is what? Samudrayaan project or Matsya 6,000 meters. We are sending man. How many people? 3 people. Other initiatives also there. Space Vision 2020 Essentials. 2040 Essentials. Mission Drishti. Earth observation by private. Project Dhvani, hypersonic, more than 6 Mach hypersonic missile. Guided, hypersonic guided vehicle. Agni-Prime, Agni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and Agni-Prime. BrahMos, what is BrahMos? What is BrahMos Mark II? What is BrahMos next generation? BharatGen Multimodal, just conversion into how many languages? 22 languages. AIRAWAT, 75th supercomputer in the world, AIRAWAT, manufactured by CDAC. Center for Development of Advanced Computing. CRISPR SDN1 gene edited rice. 2 are there. One is called as DAR. Second is called as Pusa. Another name for DAR is Kamala. Primary Amoebic Meningoencephalitis. Nose to brain. Coral larvae. It's not technology, it's just disease. It's a disease. It's a parasite. Amoeba will go. Like ponds, amoebas will be there, no? That amoeba, when we are swimming, it will go through the nose into the brain. There is no medicine for it. 19 people already died in Kerala. Coral larvae cryobank project and coral triangle. Coral triangle is Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Solomon Island and Timor-Leste. That particular area where the 75% of world coral reefs are present. From there we are taking the coral larvae and we are storing at 0 degrees, below 0 degrees centigrade, so that it will be preserved for future purpose. HOPE, analog mission, which is called as Himalayan Outpost for Planetary Exploration. Same type of environment, same type of situation will be created in order to understand the real-time experience of Mars, Moon, other planetary spaces. Chandrayaan 4, Chandrayaan 1 to Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan 3, and the next is what? Chandrayaan 4. Planned in 2028 and should send man onto the moon by 2040. Bharatiya Antriksh station by 2035. India Semiconductor Fab projects recently 4. Punjab 2, Andhra 1 and Odisha 2, Punjab 1 and Andhra 1. India AI mission, 7 pillars are there. India AI Compute, India AI Innovation Center, AI Kosh, AI Application Development Center, India AI Future Skills, India AI Startup Financing and Safe and Trusted AI. And last is 100 gigawatts of nuclear power energy by 2047. Clear? Any doubts? See, again I am telling you, yes. These are mainly what type of questions will be asked in your prelims examination and mains examination. The original science and technology from the basics will start for you. That are different. Very slowly, what is cell, what is chromosome, what is Newton told, these are different. These are exam oriented. When the base has been found, what type of questions they will ask, this type of questions only UPSC will ask you. So means in the day one you should get an idea. My intention of taking this class is you should get an idea, this is the standard. Achha, whenever you read the newspaper, whenever you read the book, whenever you are coming across any topic, you have to understand that this type of topics will be, I have to focus upon. Tomorrow we will discuss most important 20 topics of economics, so that you will come to a conclusion that I am challenging that prelims 2026 from these 20 topics 2 questions will come. 2 questions will come. 2 into 2 marks, 4 marks. Means 4 crore. You can sell one question, one mark for 1 crore. Any doubts? Tomorrow we will do current affairs of economics. What originally they want to ask. what originally they want from you, what type of knowledge they are seeking from you. This in detail classes we will do for prelims. For example, 2026, those who are writing prelims, for them we will make a program called as Vijay Bhava after the completion of your classes. In the Vijay Bhava, science and technology, one day completely energy, one day completely biotechnology, one day completely defense, one day completely space, so that everything will be covered. Again, in that again, there will be like 10 to 50 topics will be there where we have to focus. Exam, most expected. As a UPSC aspirant, as an pursuing government officer, you should know about when we are planning our Antriksh, when we are planning to send our man onto the moon. You should know that when we are sending our Vyamamitra onto the space. You should know it. Okay, thank you.